Hey there, friends, and welcome back to another 3-Minute Thoughts. My name is Derek, and in the next 3 minutes, we're going to take a look at John chapter 6. Yep, just one chapter, and we're going to dig deeper today. John 6 is one of the most significant chapters in the gospel accounts. It moves from sign to sermon, from physical bread to spiritual life, and it's going to expose the difference between following Jesus for what he gives and trusting him for who he is. All right, let's take a look at the first part, verses 1 through 21. This chapter begins with the feeding of the 5,000. It's the only miracle recorded in all four Gospels. We talked about part of it last time we were together. John highlights Jesus' initiative, right? He tests Philip. Where are we to buy bread so that all these people may eat? Of course, Jesus already knows what he's about to do. The disciples see scarcity, but Jesus reveals that there's abundance in the midst of scarcity. With these 5 little dinner loaves and 2 tiny bait fish, he gives thanks. Thankful for everything. Another really cool thing that Jesus brings to the table. He distributes the food and all are satisfied. Then 12 baskets of leftovers remain, echoing the fact that God is going to provide not only what is enough, but more than enough. It's going to mirror what happened in the wilderness account where there was always plenty for all of God's people. The crowd's reaction, however, misses the point. They want to make Jesus king by force, this political liberator who feeds them and frees them from Rome. But Jesus doesn't play that game. He's going to withdraw to the mountains so he can be alone. His kingship is not going to come through popularity or politics, but rather through a cross, through a sacrificial laying down of one's life. That night, the disciples cross the lake. A storm rises up. Jesus walks to them on the water and he says, "It's me, don't be afraid," right? The phrase literally says, "I am," right? It's going to be an echo of God's own name in the Old Testament. Things in Exodus chapter 3 where you wouldn't say this name, but here it is because Jesus, this is his identity. All right, so John 6, 22 to 51, that is the next day, right? The crowd finds Jesus in Capernaum. They ask how he got there, but he goes straight to the heart of their motives. You are finding me because you had your fill, not because you want something to see the kingdom of God in me. And so there's going to be this great discourse and dialogue that goes back and forth. And he says that they want a sign, right? But Jesus says, "It was not Moses who gave you bread from heaven, but my Father. For the bread of God is he who comes down from heaven and gives life to the world." And then there's a series of I am statements. "I am the bread of life. Whoever comes to me shall not hunger." This phrase, "I am," is a really, really powerful phrase because it is the very name of God in the Old Testament. If you see the word Lord in the Old Testament in all capitals, that is the Hebrew word for the great I am. And so here Jesus says, "I am the I am." That's it for today. Be well, friends.